Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Take a break real quick.
Okay.
Did we already introduce you?
I think so.
Let's try it again.
Okay.
Go ahead and introduce yourself to the camera.
My name is Carissa Phish. I was originally born in Ashbury, Australia, which is near where my grandma Nunu lives. My mom and my dad were visiting her before she lived there permanently. She had like a summer house out there. And we were supposed to be born November 28th. We were born October 28th. And Australia is kind of weird. They still consider that like their summer out there. So my grandma would stay from May until the end of November as her summer in Australia every year. And every year my mom and dad would go, even if it was just for like a couple of days, they would go visit her, just to, let her know that she was still loved and that, if she needed anything, that they were there for her. We didn't stay there long after we were born. My mom didn't even want to be in the hospital with us. Like, she wanted to like pop us out and then leave, but it's not how hospitals work most of the time.
Not how hospitals work.
I know. Got my shit all scattered all over the place.
No, it's cool. It's fine.
I mean, this is how I usually am anyway, so fuck it. Why you change?
We'll come back over this. We'll start like it's just a conversation. Hi. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Carissa Phish.
And Carissa, how long have you been out here?
In San Diego, I've been homeless for almost over 6 years.
And then how about how'd you get out here in San Diego?
I got dropped off in a van while the guy was still driving it. Like, he was a good friend of mine for a couple of years. He actually knows some of my family up in Washington, where I'm from originally. And they've actually been looking for him since then, because he literally pushed me out of his van while he was doing like 35, while I was going to Ralph's. Or we were going to Ralph's together, and he has one of those like oversized conversion vans, And literally what he got mad at me about was the fact that I knew he wasn't going to fit into the underground parking area. I was like, your van's not going to fit, dude. We're going to get stuck. And he's like, no, I got this. And he was trying to like fucking shove his van underneath the fucking thing that says you can't go over this height, And some of his solar got really fucked up, and like he just like really lost it. And it's really hard traveling with a guy, especially if you don't really want to be with them sexually.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't voice that about themselves, So that's what really sucked, and I didn't find that out until earlier that day. Oh. So, like, we were already having a really bad day, and we'd just gotten to San Diego, and I'd never been downtown San Diego ever. Like, I'd been to Belmont when I was really young with my family for my Father's Day one year. And then, like, I don't know, we went to OB and PB a couple of times, but that was pretty much it. And it was just like, it sucked after that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be the second question.
Okay.
Do you like being out on the street?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Like, I don't know, the last couple of years has been really hard because, like, I've just been waiting for COVID to be over, and so is my family, because they live kind of far, like outside of Malibu. And, it's hard to get there because they don't want me to take public transportation. I don't want to take public transportation that far. My mom's had my kids, because like I was traveling to try to get to them before COVID happened, and I've been kind of stuck here ever since. Some people make it really hard, like a lot of the gang stalking bullshit. But I try not to pay attention to it, speaking of which. And she didn't know what to do with her when she was out there, because she was already retired. She just wanted to break from the United States and wanted to see if she really wanted to get divorced from my grandfather, She's 112 years old, acts like she's 60. Like, seriously, she's physically fit. She runs a mile a day. You would never know she was 112, but she will tell you, like, if you hang out with her long enough, she'll be like, guess what? Guess how old I am? She'll be like, I'm 112 years old. Like she has a spiritual guide on YouTube. You can actually find her. She calls it Find New News, because she goes by New.
Yeah.
So if you Google or YouTube search Find New News, I guarantee you'll find well, she's not even my great grandmother. She's my grandma, but she's 112, so that's why that's why I consider my great grandma sometimes, because I forget. But yeah, she asked me what she should do when she moved to Australia to get away from, like, just everything. Fun fact, she actually grew up in PB, and it was
that's sick.
in the house that it took them fucking forever to refurbish it. It's like kitty corner from the public library in PB. It was a really, really old house. Like, there was only a few families that lived there, and they just, like, took forever to, like, they tore it all down, and she ended up by fucking freaking out because it was taking them too long to build it back up. So she's like, I'm gonna move to Australia. I don't care. I'm not taking this anymore. So she ended up by moving there, and she asked me what she should do there. And at that point, Australia did not have, credit unions. I was thinking of credit cards for some reason. But they didn't really have credit cards that much either, because they didn't have credit unions. They only believed in very sophisticated souvenant banking, which is like, you go there on Friday, you get your paycheck, and that was it. But jobs were becoming more and more, and they weren't giving enough revenue for the paychecks. So I told her, I was like, Grandma, go there and make credit unions. So that's what she did. She has 6 credit unions in Australia that she owns. 6 of them. Yep.
That's crazy.
Built them from the ground. Yep. The first credit union, transportation. She doesn't really want anybody to know where we live either. She's a very private person, and so is my father. And so is my. I don't hate calling him my husband, but I don't know what else to call him anymore.
Yeah.
He's just. He annoys me. Like, he's annoying me now because he said he was going to meet up with me, and he still hasn't. And I don't know. He fucks with my head, and it hurts.
Yeah, it stabs you.
It does.
Right in your heart. You're like, hey.
It's like, okay, I shouldn't care about him anymore. Like, Sorry, I don't mean to get so personal, but.
No, you can do whatever you want. This is your show.
I mean, he's all I think about. He's all, well, I mean, I think about our kids too, but, like, it's like, he tries to make me seem like I'm such a bad mom and shit sometimes, and it just really hurts. And it's like, well, you don't spend any time with the kids either, so you spending all this time trying to propel me into a bad mom, which I'm not, it kind of makes you a bad parent too,
Yeah, you should be fighting. You guys should be on the same team.
Like, if I was home, I wouldn't be, I mean, yeah, I'd still probably be making hair because I can't grow my hair because I used to have lymphoma, and I'm still in transformation of not having it,
Yeah.
And, I wouldn't be, exactly as confused and, I don't know, outgoing. Like, I wouldn't dress like this or anything, but, like, I just really miss my home and my kids. And, people think that I shouldn't have kids because of whatever reason they want. And, it's like, all my kids are eccentric too,
Nice.
And they range from almost 15 to 6 years old, and they're all 3 years apart, and they love each other all, and they know how to take care of each other. They know how to take care of themselves. They're not rude. They're not, they're not disruptive. None of my kids cried when they were kids. They were never beat, never spanked, never scolded unless they had to be, Like, I only raised my voice to my kids, my oldest, once, and he, like, it was like his whole world was coming apart, Oh, yeah, sorry. I gotta stand up for a second.
Yeah. It sounds like you got a lot going on in your life. So let me ask you something. Do you have any, like, substance abuse issues, or you don't really have any substance abuse?
No, I mean, I use here and there, like, being out here, there's certain things that follow suit, however you want to say it, whatever, there's certain things that go with certain I'm just gonna be honest. Like, if you don't want your shit stolen, you gotta stay up. And the only way I know how to stay up is by using crystal, you know? And I don't know who sets these mechanisms up or if it's just in my head.
No, that's right. You're right.
But like I did not use crystal until I came to California.
And then you're like, here we go.
I knew what it was, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a drinker for a little while, but I don't think I was a heavy alcoholic, you know.
That was heavy.
I've been to rehab, but you know, that was just to experience it, to see if I needed it.
Yeah, and what do you think?
I think a lot of people do need it, you know, especially if, you know, I don't personally think I have mental health issues. I think I'm just, you know, a unique person, but people see that as, you know, oh, she's batshit crazy, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's actually, I just know who I am as a person, you know, and if you don't get to know yourself, it really kind of puts a lot of pressure on your life, period.
Yeah, I want to introduce you to one of my friends, Althea.
Althea?
Althea, yeah. You
That's a
and her,
really pretty name, actually.
You and her got kind of the same, like aura, or like she does the same thing. Like, I'll show you her in a second.
Okay.
So, are you trying to get off the street? Or
Oh, yeah, like I have a place to go. It's just the fact of my mom coming out here. It's no matter what, we're going to all celebrate our coming here every year together. And that only lasted for like 3 years. And then after that, Australia became a country.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Are you ever going to go back to Australia, or you want to go back
Oh,
to
I
Australia?
do, definitely. Like, I love my grandma. Like, I think about her every day. I try to send her energy as much as I can, you know, because like I said, she is 112. She's actually, her birthday is actually next week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she'll be 113. It's so weird to even say, you know, but like,
She's 113, that's going to be crazy.
yeah, my mom, I don't want to say how old she is, you know, but she's, you know, not any age that she looks like she is. I can say that much, you know. I mean, I'm 41, so, and people say that I don't act it, and it's like sometimes I feel that way, sometimes I don't, but you know, it's whatever.
Yeah. Do you love your parents?
I do. I don't really get to see them that much because they live so far, you know, but I know that's going to change very, very, very soon. And I hope my estranged and lost, long distant fucking husband, I hope he gets his fucking stick out of his ass or his head or whatever is that's up his ass out of it so he can come home too, because like he's lived out here for a while. Like, he doesn't always stay around here, you know, because he's very busy. But, like, I don't know. I don't think he wants to be busy with the things that he was doing anymore.
That could be true.
I mean, I can imagine, like, you know, being who he is or was, because I guess he retired officially from his employment 2 days ago. So, modern and very, like, if she wants it, she gets it instantly, you know? And it's not even an instant gratification thing to her. That doesn't exist. Like, you know, she's just so set and smart and sophisticated in her own way. Like, if she wants it, she gets it. That's it, you know?
Period.
Yep. So we were out of Australia, like, almost instantly, because she pretty much did leave with us, like, under her arms. Like, they did not want us to leave yet. There's nothing wrong with us, you know, they just had never had twins in that hospital. Australia, like, it's new, like, it's newly becoming more advanced, like, not us advanced at all. Like, they don't really believe in technology. Like, the jobs that they have out there are very basic. Like, they have teaching, obviously for school. They have construction, electricians and construction workers are like the same out there. They like build their bills or whatever, you know. They do the same job, and they do all the carpentry, electricity stuff, construction work, like on the roads, like and then there's like the trash people. They recycle and they own the facilities that do the CRVs and like the rubbish. Like, that's all in one in Australia, because they are really super into basicality, you know.
Yeah,
They don't want to be how do you say it, communist, you know, but they like things very simple, very basic. Australia for the longest time was just a body of land, and nobody did anything with it. And then all of a sudden these people from all these different countries that were becoming newfound colonists, you know, discovered it, and they're like, oh, what are we going to do with this land, you know? And then they decided to try to make it like a summer place, even though they didn't even really know what that was yet, you know. But they're like, money to do it and everything, but she wanted to make sure that people knew about it before it was there, you know. She didn't want to just have it pop up like a McDonald's or a Burger King, you know. She really wanted it to be known that something was going to go there that was going to supplement and help the community.
Nice.
Because a lot of them were like, what's a credit union, you know? They thought it was a church that like took credit from people or something, you know. Because I mean, I'm very, you know, like unique with my style, and my grandma Nunu, you know, she's like a gothic like Betty Boop, you know, and she's not even gothic, but she wears gothic clothes. Like she wears like Betty Page style clothes, you know.
Ed Hardy style.
Oh yeah, she curls her hair like Betty Page, but she has like very blonde hair, you know. She wears those cat eye glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wears dresses like this. She actually got me this dress. She got me these tights too. She actually wore both of these. She's skinnier than me. Like she runs a mile every day.
Yeah,
Like
she's 112.
112 years old. You wouldn't even know it. She doesn't run the whole mile right away. You know, it takes her. Sometimes it takes her a whole day to do it, but she gets it done. She'll sit there, drink her tea, like run 20 minutes, 10 minutes sometimes, depends. And she didn't know what to do with her when she was out there, you know, because she was already retired. She just wanted to break from the United States and wanted to see if she really wanted to get divorced from my grandfather, you know. She's 112 years old, acts like she's 60. Like, seriously, she's physically fit. She runs a mile a day. You would never know she was 112, but she will tell you. Like, if you hang out with her long enough, she'll be like, guess what? Guess how old I am? She'll be like, I'm 112 years old. Like, she has a spiritual guide on YouTube. You can actually find her. She calls it Find New News, because she goes by Nunu.
Yeah.
So if you Google or YouTube search Find New News, I guarantee you'll find she's not even my great grandmother. She's my grandma. But she's 112, so that's why that's why I consider my great grandma sometimes, because I forget. But yeah, she asked me what she should do when she moved to Australia to get away from, like, you know, just everything. Fun fact, she actually grew up in PB, and it was
that's sick.
in the house that it took them fucking forever to refurbish it. It's like kitty corner from the public library in PB. It was a really, really old house. Like, there was only a few families that lived there, and they just like took forever to, like, they tore it all down, and she ended up by fucking freaking out because it was taking them too long to build it back up. So she's like, I'm gonna move to Australia. I don't care. I'm not taking this anymore. So she ended up by moving there, and she asked me what she should do there. And at that point, Australia did not have credit unions. I was thinking of credit cards for some reason. But they didn't really have credit cards that much either, because they didn't have credit unions. They only believed in very sophisticated souvenant banking, which is like, you go there on Friday, you get your paycheck, and that was it. But jobs were becoming more and more, and they weren't giving enough revenue for the paychecks. So I told her, I was like, Grandma, go there and make, you know, credit unions. So that's what she did. She has 6 credit unions in Australia that she owns. 6 of them. Yep.
That's crazy.
Built them from the ground. Yep. The first credit union she